pranam to all. So we are from one Mathura. For what?
Oh wow, Thakur, you won't get lost. This is like fluorescent color. Fluorescent. No,
That's why I gave
fluorescent.
the last light
The
darshan.
fluorescent. Fluorescent, none of them were right. Night time when you wear those clothes.
Yes.
Yeah?
It is.
So Thakurji, you never get lost. And you have to bring this Thakurji in our heart.
Jai Ho.
Very bright color.
Hari Bo. ये उसका वायर है. So this you can keep this on the tip. इनको परमानेंट एक रूम में नहीं कभी
सुबह आना चाहिए, सुबह जाना चाहिए. 4 बजे से 4 बजे चल रहे हैं. इतना उत्पन्न का हमारे ऐसे उत्पन्न का हो जाए तो मिल जाएगा. चंद्राय राधिकावी तदालय कृष्णाय कृष्ण भक्ताय पदभक्ताय सिंधु पितानां भावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु शिवासदि भक्तवृंद. हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. चलो आ जाओ, सामने आ जाओ, बैठो इधर इधर बैठो.
Come, sit close to me, sit in front.
पंखा के नीचे बैठो. हाँ,
Under the fan, nice.
बहुत दिन बाद आए हैं ना.
After so many days you've come.
बहुत दिन हो गए आपके घर में गए ही नहीं.
Many days I haven't gone to your house. Has been since I've gone to your house.
हाँ, कार्तिक के पहले.
Before Kartik was when I went to your house.
हाँ? क्या जी? इधर इधर आ गया.
When did you come here? Here.
4 दिन 5 दिन.
I think 4 or 5 days ago I came here.
अच्छा चलो.
Continuing.
अच्छा है.
Very nice.
श्री श्री चैतन्य चरितामृतम कभी
So,
नहीं हो रहा. श्री श्री चैतन्य चरितामृत
Chaitanya-
रायरमंद की आविर्भाव तिथि आ रहे हैं ना.
because now it's coming the appearance day of Rayaramananda. When? So we'll discuss Chaitanya Charitamrita.
वृंदावन कब जाना है?
What?
कल.
When I have to go to Vrindavan? Tomorrow.
नहीं, वृंदावन जाना है, वो थोड़ा इंटरव्यू है ना.
There's an interview in Vrindavan.
संचार्य रामाधीध भक्त मेघे सबक्ति सिद्धांत चमृता.
So Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela, chapter 8, verse number 1. Here Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami saying, just like the water of the ocean, it's evaporated by the rays of the sun, and they become the cloud in the sky, a cloud in the sky, isn't it? The clouds are, so by the rays of the sun, the water of the ocean evaporates and goes to the sky and becomes clouds. And this cloud, and it becomes condensed again, the cloud like rains, like, let's say like this, the water of the cloud rains, like it rains on the ocean again. So in the same way, by the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Rayaramananda is like the clouds. Meg means clouds, badal. So, what is going on? The Bhakti Siddhanta is like a rain. The conclusions of Bhakti is like the rain. And Rayaramananda is pouring this rain. And this is purifying and cooling the heart of all the living entities. And again, Mahaprabhu is relishing this again. And Rayaramananda, he is the Bhakta Meg. He's like the devotee who is like a cloud. And with the Bhakti Siddhanta conclusions of Bhakti, the cloud is raining again this rain on the ocean, which is Krishna Mahaprabhu, and Mahaprabhu is relishing again, because Krishna is the ocean of mellows, rasa samudra. Krishna is rasa swarup, embodiment of rasa, mellows. Srila Rupa Goswami Pad, in the book Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, in the first sloka, he describes, what does he describe? Krishna is Akhila Rasamrita Sindhu, the fathomless ocean of rasa, of mellows, Krishna. Vedanta Darshan, philosophy of Vedanta, explains, Raso Raso Vaisaha, he is the embodiment of mellows, God. God is Rasa Swarup, embodiment of transcendental mellows. And how Bhagavan himself is also relishing these mellows. He's embodiment of rasa, mellow. So how he's again relishing his rasa madhurya, these sweet mellows. Just like the water of the ocean, by the rays of the sun, this water of the ocean, they become vapor, they vaporize, and then they go to the sky, and they take the shape of the clouds, and then the cloud condensates, like becomes condensed. The cloud becomes heavy, condensed with water, and again the cloud pours the rain on the ocean, again back. So one speciality is there. So by the touch of the water of the Swati Nakshatra, this constellation, Swati, so all the the oysters that live in the ocean, if they take this water from the rain of the Swati Nakshatra, then a pearl is produced inside the oyster. Where is the other table? And downstairs? Why?
नीचे से ले आओ,
Bring it up.
अच्छा रहता है.
Bring it up. It will be better if you bring the table.
रामकृष्ण ले आओ, नीचे से ले आओ.
Ramakrishna, go bring
नीचे से महाराज जी टेबल ले, टेबल में
the table for Maharaj. Without table is not good.
अच्छा. हाँ, जिस प्रकार
Yes, just like
सात्विक नखर
so the water of this constellation Swati Nakshatra, when this water
बन जाता है,
comes and touches the oyster, inside the oyster it produces
बन जाता है.
pearls.
सीप के
No, the pearls,
में क्या बन जाता है? मुक्ता बन जाता है.
they are produced inside the oyster when they are touched by the water of the Swati Nakshatra
उसी
constellation.
प्रकार
So in the same way,
सिद्धांत अमृत समुद्र रूप गौरांग सुंदर और रायरमंद नामक भक्त के
Gauranga Sundar is just like the ocean and Rayaramananda is like the cloud. So actually Mahaprabhu is inspiring all these things in the heart of Rayaramananda, and Rayaramananda, he's speaking this Bhakti Tattva.
अमृत को पान करे.
Sorry, Rayaramananda is speaking this Bhakti
जय जय
Katha,
गौरचंद्र जय
and Mahaprabhu himself is relishing this back.
जय गौरभ.
But actually Mahaprabhu inspired in the heart of Rayaramananda. Just like the ocean gives the water to the cloud, and the cloud again pours the rain onto the ocean.
दंडवत प्रणति प्रेमावसे कोइरबहु नित्य गीत स्तुति श्री निसिंह जय निसिंह जय निसिंह रलादिश जय पद्म मुख पद्म भृंग. चैतन्य महाप्रभु दक्षिण देश
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was wandering the South India, traveling through South India,
दर्शन के पश्चात
he had the darshan of many places.
अर्थात जानी जोड़ निसिंह आदि
He also went for the darshan of Jor and Singha one deity.
जैसे उस दिन मैं बता रहा था.
Like the other day I was telling,
ये कितने सुंदर वो समस्त रमणीय स्थान है.
how these places are so beautiful.
सबसे बड़ी बात है
The best,
देश में जाओ
the best is to go to South India,
दो चार विष्णु मंदिर मिलेगा,
and
ज्यादा से ज्यादा शिव मंदिर मिलता है.
you actually in South India actually only meet 2 or 4 Vishnu temples, mostly only Shiva temples in South India. When I was there
दक्षिण देश में है ना,
in the South India, have you been to South India?
दक्षिण भारत, साउथ इंडिया गया, होकर गया आप?
Have you been to South India?
कौन?
Yes, with whom?
2-3 बार गए.
2-3 times you went? Oh, nice.
मैं एक बार ही गए तो
I only-
निकाल दिया.
I only been there once and I almost died.
ब्रज की जो है वो अपन वो कहाँ मिले?
Not the
ज्यादातर शिव मंदिर
generally only Shiva temples. Vrajamud is not there. Vishnu temples are very less.
क्या बोले छाई भस्म लगा देते हैं.
People they use these ashes.
हाँ समझ. चलो भावों के ऊपर निर्भर करते हैं.
So everything depends on the bhav.
महाप्रभु गौर सुंदर
Anyway, Shama Mahaprabhu Gaur Sundar, in this way,
निसिंह मंदिर में जब प्रवेश
when he entered
जब गए
the Nrsimha temple,
सिंह देव की स्तुति आदि
he
करने
started glorifying Nrsimhadev and praying to Nrsimhadeva.
और उस समय
And at this moment,
मंदिर के सेवक
the sevaka of the temple, the pujari,
महाप्रभु की जय माल्य अर्पण किया.
offered a garland of prasada from Nrsimhadev to Mahaprabhu.
पड़ी स्तुति कइल निसिंह सेवक माला प्रसाद आनी दिल. पूर्ववत कइल विप्र कइल निमंत्रण सही रात्रि ताहरी करिला गमन. प्रभाते उठिया प्रभु करिल प्रेमावसे दिग विदिक नहीं ज्ञान.
As usual, a Brahmana offered Mahaprabhu an invitation. The Lord passed the night in the temple and then commenced his tour again.
आइला तत हो दिने. सर्वत्र भ्रमण करते करते चैतन्य
After
महाप्रभु
traveling everywhere, Mahaprabhu
गोदावरी के तट पर पधारे.
came to Godavari, the banks of the river Godavari.
सुंदर और रमणीय स्थान है.
Very beautiful place.
गोदावरी के देख करके चैतन्य
Seeing the Godavari river, Mahaprabhu felt in his heart all the
स्मृतियां उठी.
remembrances of Vrindavana.
ब्रह्म
He started thinking it was Jamuna.
गोदावरी देखी होइलो जमुना
saying Godavari, Mahaprabhu thought it was Jamuna.
धीरे बन देखी स्मृति होइलो वृंदावन
And when he saw the banks
भक्त होते
of the river, there was some forest. He remembered Vrindavan. You know, the Mahabhagavatas, wherever they see, they think about Vrindavan. Those who are very high class, exalted saints,
स्थूल वस्तु नहीं देखते
they don't see any gross things. They don't see. What do they see?
समस्त कृष्ण लीला की जितने भी है उसके स्मृतियां हृदय में
Actually,
हो जाता है
everything they see, they remember,
और उसी प्रकार
remind them of Krishna Lila.
नित्य गीत आदि का
And then this is like uddipan, stimulation for them. Then they start dancing and singing.
वृंदावन की स्मृतियां आ जाते हैं
They see some forest, they remember Vrindavan.
देख करके
They see a small stone
गोवर्धन की
and hill, and they think about Govardhan, Giriraj, Govardhan.
जद राम कृष्ण चरण स्पर्श प्रमोद मानं तनति सह गोप गणै पानीय सूर्यवस कंदर कंद मूलै ये समस्त जो भाव आ जाता
All these bhavs come to them.
छोटी सी नदी देखते ही
If they see a small river, they start remembering
वृंदावन में
Jamuna.
में स्वयं कृष्ण
How Jamuna in Vrindavan.
कैसे सुंदर लीला आदि का
Sorry, how Krishna is performing beautiful pastimes of the gopis in the Jamuna river, like Jal Bihar playing the water, Nauka Bilas playing with the boat in the water. So many memories come. That's why Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, I don't want to leave these places because they are my life and soul. These uddipanas,
कुंज कुटीर गोवर्धन पर्वत
Radhakunda, Giriraj, Govardhan.
ये समस्त नृत्य अपने आप हृदय में उदित हो जाता है
All these remembers
भक्त होते हैं
automatically come in the hearts for those who are
उसी प्रकार चैतन्य
premic devotees who have prem. So in the same way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu,
गोदावरी के देख करके
seeing
वृंदावन
Godavari river, he started remembering Vrindavan.
और दक्षिण देश में स्थान भी बहुत सुंदर है
And also the place in South India is very beautiful.
जो जितने भी नदियां जो है
So all the rivers he saw,
इतने स्वच्छ निर्मल जल
so much pure water there
आज हम लोग जब
in South India.
स्नान किया
I remember when we took bath in the river Kaveri, Tapti, Narmada.
स्नान जो है
So we bathed in these rivers and it was so nice. Like so beautiful, these rivers.
साल हो गया 30 साल से
But this was like 30 years ago or 35 years ago.
सुंदर जो था
So beautiful.
आज क्या
I don't know how they are today, their condition.
अब गए थे नहीं
Have you been there? No?
अच्छा
Okay, good. Very beautiful, beautiful places, really beautiful places.
जो प्रेमी
Understand?
भक्त होते हैं,
Those who are premic bhaktas, devotees with prem,
विषय होते हैं,
this is
वो स्मृति
uddipan.
करते रहते हैं। हैं? अरे फिल्म ही करते हैं ना हैं?
This is stimulation for them. And those who are don't have prem, they are just taking pictures.
हाँ, समझे।
I understood Gurudev said this, not shooting, Gurudev said, filming.
है ना कल एक
I understood Gurudev said like this, maybe you were there, you listen better. Gurudev said,
सही बात
I think he said like this, shooting or filming means like those who don't have prem, they are just taking pictures.
निधान है
As I understood, Gurudev said this.
श्री प्रभु करे कृष्ण नाम संकीर्तन है न काले दोलाय चढ़ी रमानंद राय स्नान करी बरी आइला बाजना बजाए तार संगे बहु आइला वैदिक ब्राह्मण विधि मते कोइलते हो स्नादि अर्प तर्पण महाप्रभु गोदावरी में स्नान करने के पश्चात
Mahaprabhu, after bathing in the Godavari river,
जहाँ पर स्नान के जो स्थान जो है घाट जो है उसको छोड़ करके थोड़ी दूर में जाकर के
so he left that place of bathing and Mahaprabhu went a little bit far.
और इतने समय राय रमानंद पालकी में
In this moment, Rayaramananda came sitting on a palanquin, and also he was escorted by Vedic Brahmanas
आदि उच्चारण
who were
उच्चारण
uttering many mantras, welcoming him.
अनेक वर्ग वाद्य यंत्र आदि
They were playing so many instruments, music.
उनके जो है बहुत स्नान तर्पण आदि करने लगे है विधि मते कहलती हूँ स्नान आदि तर्पण है हम लोग तो जाते हैं ऐसे डुबकी लगा करके
So when we go, we just bathe in the river, like dive, and that's it. But you see, Rayaramananda was like a person who has money or who is like king. Everywhere he goes, it's just like he's courted by many people. Brahmanas reciting the Vedas and music, so many things.
दूसरी कहते अपने प्रभाव भी होते हैं
And this influence others also. This makes some impression and influence in others.
प्रभाव भी फैलाता है
So according to the person, he
जैसे हमारे वहाँ से कोई पूछने वाला नहीं है
influences
हाथी के ऊपर
other.
करके गंगा स्नान या जमुना स्नान में जाओ
So imagine if you go bathing in the Jamuna on top of an elephant, sitting on an elephant. thousands of people go to see you, but if you go like
अपने चले गए कोई पूछने वाले नहीं
normal in the dark, nobody's there, just some monkeys will come after you.
सही है कि नहीं
This is true or not? Like those who are important, they also make their influence, their opulence, and like this they impress people.
उच्चारण आदि प्रभाव होता
So some brahmanas were also reciting mantras, very
है इसलिए कह रहे हैं वसित
influent.
हेन कले दुलाय जड़ी रामानंद राय स्नान करिबारे आइला बाजना बजाय तार संग आइला वैदिक ब्राह्मण विधिमते कइलते हो स्नान आदि तर्पण
Verse 15. So they were following all the rules.
स्नान की जो विधिवत दिखा
How's the rule for bathing in the Godavari river according to Shastra?
नदी में
When you go to a pure river, how you should bathe?
तारे देखी जाने
Verse 16.
तारे मिलिते प्रभु मन उठी धाय
It-
तथापि धैर्य धरि प्रभु रहिल बसिया रामानंद आइला
Chapter 8,
सन्यासी
Madhya Lila.
है महाप्रभु
Mahaprabhu,
रायरमंदा
he saw, oh, Rayaramananda came.
देखते ही कुछ
Seeing Rayaramananda, of course, Mahaprabhu recognized him from before,
देवी है
because he is Visakha Devi coming in the form of Rayaramananda.
इसलिए महाप्रभु
That's why Mahaprabhu,
मन अत्यंत जो है उत्कंठित होने
he was very eager in his mind
भगवान की मिलानी से भी पता है
to meet Bhakta and Bhagavan.
तथापि चैतन्य महाप्रभु
But still, the meeting of Bhakta and Bhagavan, but still Mahaprabhu, he
रामानंद भी
controlled his moods, and then
रामानंद आइला प्रभु अपूर्व सन्यासी देखिया महाप्रभु के एक से दिव्य सुंदर वेश है ही है तब तक कांचन
Mahaprabhu, of course, is very beautiful. He's like shining like the molten gold, and also as a sannyas, is so beautiful.
सुंदर उज्जवल अरुण भूषण दिव्य छटा
Beautiful. He was so effulgent that he was illuminating all these directions. Mahaprabhu. His beautiful saffron cloth, and he was so beautiful. So when Rayaramananda saw him, he became so eager. Rayaramananda saw Mahaprabhu to be as brilliant as 100 suns. The Lord was covered by a saffron garment. He was large in body and very strongly built, and his eyes were like lotus petals. Mahaprabhu has big eyes, like lotus eyes, and his effulgence like the sun. In this way he shines all the directions and attracts to everyone. And his saffron garments, his eyes were like lotus petals. So Mahaprabhu, his height was 4 hands. Hand is the measurement from top of the tip of the finger until our elbow. Normal human beings, only 3.5 hands. Even small babies, everyone, even those who are tall, they have their measurements of their own hands. 3.5 hands. Hand means tip of the finger until your elbow. But Mahaprabhu was 4 times these measurements. 4 hands. Tip of the finger until his elbow, 4 times. So he was taller than normal people. And his forehead was very broad. Mahaprabhu. So seeing him, Rayaramananda became astonished. And he came close and did Dandavat Pranam to him. Although he knew, Mahaprabhu asked him, "Are you really Rayaramananda?" Rayaramananda humbly told, "Yes, I'm your servant. I'm your fallen servant. Fallen servant." Sorry, I'm your low servant, he said. I'm your low servant from the Shudra community. Mahaprabhu embraced the Rayaramananda very firmly. Indeed, both the master and the servant almost lost consciousness due to ecstatic love. And then they fell to the ground. They embraced and they fell to the ground. All the ecstatic symptoms manifested: changing color, trembling, crying, sweating, everything, horripilation, so beautiful. So when they embraced each other, both, they became absorbed in prem. So beautiful. They fell to the ground.
धुआं मुखे सुनी गद गद कृष्ण वर्ण है गद गद वचन
So they became choked voice. That's why Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains, when this day will come to me.
वैदिक ब्राह्मण देखिया ब्राह्मण गणे होइला चमत्कार वैदिक ब्राह्मण सब करेन विचार ये तो सन्यासी तेज देखी ब्रह्म सम शुद्रे आलिंग्य केने करेन क्रंदन वैदिक ब्राह्मण.
So the Brahmanas, they were from Karma Kanda.
कर्मकांड ज्ञानकांड
Karma Kanda Brahmanas, they were there. So Karma Kanda, Jnana Kanda and Upasana Kanda. Upasana Kanda, Bhakti Kanda is divided into two. This part of the Vedas. The rules of worship to demigods and another only worship of Vishnu. Continuing. So the Brahmanas of Karma Kanda, they saw and they thought, how possible this sannyasi, how come this sannyasi is embracing a Shudra? Because before, only the Brahmanas would become sannyasis at the time. Actually, in other sampradayas, until nowadays, they keep this rule. Because a sannyasi is very given a high honor in the Shastras and not to anyone. So have to, before ask like the caste of the person. Mahaprabhu also, I didn't. So you see the name of Mahaprabhu given, Krishna Chaitanya, he got his name. And sorry, Shlamad Maharaj said something I couldn't listen. So before the rules were very strict rules in the past, especially in the Shankara Sampradaya. They have so many rules. We are in the Bhakti Marga, path of Bhakti, so we are not giving so much importance to the rules, but those who are like taking karma sannyasa and all this, that's why in Kali Yuga karma sannyasa is prohibited. Shastra explains, in Kali Yuga 5 kinds of rules are prohibited. 5 things are prohibited in Kali Yuga to take sannyas, karma sannyas. So this loka explains. That's why people they are also making fun of us because of this. They're saying, oh, how can you take sannyasa in Kali Yuga? Especially the Babaji Sampradaya people, they say like this. Oh, they're putting their flag like thinking they are victorious because and making fun of us thinking that sannyasa is prohibited in Kali Yuga. That's why Gurudeva wrote that book, Prabandha Panchakam, 5 articles, very important. Gurudeva cut their philosophy and explained that actually which sannyasa is prohibited in Kali Yuga. He explained, okay, this is not our subject now, but still, I indicated briefly this matter. Okay, so these Brahmanas, they were Karma Kandiya, they were from Karma Kanda. So they thought, how possible sannyasi like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he's embracing this Shudra? How come? Because at that time the rules, they were so strict. If the shadow of someone in the low caste would touch someone who is in the high caste, only the shadow, the person had to take a shower in the Ganges river. If the person had to be purified. And the person needs to do so much praschita, like atonement, even if the shadow of someone low caste would touch someone in the high caste, from a higher caste. So the Brahmanas actually, they were keeping the society bound with some, like a tight rope, Do you understand? At that time, it was like this. So the Karma Kandiya Brahmanas, they were binding the society like this, very tightly. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur and Prabhupada, they came and they, really explained the proper conceptions about this, because slowly everything was hidden. So sometimes even today's Brahmanas, they do Muslim rites nowadays. Namaz, like the prayers of the Muslims. Nowadays, even this is possible. So Mahaprabhu gave the proper conception, but people understood wrong.
ब्राह्मण जो है गायत्री मंत्र जप नहीं करते,
So you are Brahmana
ब्राह्मण दीक्षा ने कुछ नहीं है,
and you don't chant your Diksha Gayatri, nothing, and you do everything which is forbidden. So anyway,
इसलिए कहते हैं
so
ये भी कर्मकांडी ब्राह्मण सोच रहे हैं, ये सन्यासी होकर के और
So,
महापंडित,
these Karma Kanya Brahmins were thinking, how possible?
महापंडित गंभीर, और ऐसे भी व्यक्ति सन्यासी को क्यों स्पर्श करें?
Why is he touching a sannyasi?
এই মত বিপ্রভাবে মনে মনে হয়, এই ভাবে এই মত বিপ্রগণ ভাবে মনে মন, বিজয়াতীয় লোক দেখি প্রভু কইল সম্বরণ, সুস্থ হইয়া দুহে সেই স্থানে বসিলা, তবে হাসি মহাপ্রভু কহিতে লাগিলা। कुछ समय के बाद ही स्थिर जब हुए,
After some time when they calmed down, then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sat with Rayaramananda.
महाप्रभु क्या कहे?
What Mahaprabhu said? What did he say?
তোমারে মিলিতে মোরে করিল যতনে, তোমা মিলিবারে মোর হেতা গমন, ভালো হইল অনাসে পাইলু দর্শন। চৈতন্য মহাপ্রভু
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu very humbly he told,
যে রায়রমন सर्वभट्टाचार्य मुझे आपके बारे में,
Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya told me a lot about you.
इसलिए आपके दर्शन के लिए मैं आया।
That's why I came to see you.
सर्वभट्टाचार्य भी कहने लगे,
Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya really he told
प्रभु जगन्नाथपुरी में रहे,
that when Mahaprabhu was in Jagannath Puri, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya got the darshan of the six arms of Mahaprabhu, like the darshan, sadabhuja darshan, you know, when Mahaprabhu showed his incarnation. So Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is completely surrendered to Mahaprabhu.
चैतन्य महाप्रभु को साधारण
And he believed, oh, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is directly Bhagavan.
महाप्रभु के लिए कितने स्तुति आदि वैराग्य,
And Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he did so many prayers to Mahaprabhu, like with this shloka, Vairagya Vidya. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya did so many prayers to Mahaprabhu. And
जे रायरमंद
he also told,
महान व्यक्ति है।
oh, Rayaramananda is very high, exalted personality
हम लोग के पंडितों के
with prema. When he used to come to our assembly of the Panditas,
कुछ उनके मुख में और कुछ
he would speak only about the gopis and the rasa, nothing else. Rayaramananda.
संग भी करते करते
Any subject, after 2 minutes, later he would change and come to speak about the gopis and the Rasa Leela.
समय हम लोग हंसी मजाक करते
We would make fun of him at that time.
क्या स्त्री को लेकर के ये सब,
Why are you speaking about ladies in this assembly? What is that?
किंतु प्रभु
But now Prabhu, oh, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya told, oh Prabhu, Mahaprabhu, now by your mercy I understand how Rayaramananda is a Mahabhagavat. Now I realize it.
भगवान की कृपा बिना
Because without the mercy of Bhagavan, we cannot have realization.
पदाम्बुजोदय प्रसाद लेसानु गृहीत एव हि जनाति तत्तं भगवान महिम्नो नचानु एकोपि चिरन बिचन, चिरकाल तक कर्म मार्ग में
You can be for a limited time wandering the line in the paths of karma and jnana, or if you don't have them or anything, if you don't have the mercy of God, you cannot realize God.
इसलिए ब्रह्मा जी की स्तुति तुझे कहते अथापि देव पदाम्बुजोदय प्रसाद
That's why Brahmaji told in his prayer,
ईश्वर तत्व से
those who know about, get mercy of Ishwara, you can understand about Ishwara God. Without the mercy of God, who can understand his glories?
यहाँ पर भी सर्वभट्टाचार्य
So here Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is saying also,
आप जब दक्षिण देश में
Prabhu, you are going to South India, right? So please certainly do one thing, meet one exalted personality, Rayaramananda. You should meet him, please.
आगे जाकर काम ये कथा
Later we will continue to speak Harikatha. After 2 days, it will be the appearance of Rayaramananda. Which day?
मंडे
On Monday. Yes.
वंशाल
Vanchakalp.
परिदानं पावने भूव